Every few years, a plugin comes along that completely changes the way that I make beats. Omnisphere, Nexus, Grossbeat, all these plugins had a huge hand in defining the kind of music I like to make. But there's one plugin that I held off on buying for so long because I didn't realize how powerful it was. I'm talking about Effectrix. I'm sure you've heard of this plugin, maybe even heard it on a TM88 beat or a hi-hat loop that you purchased. Today, I'm going to take you through some of my favorite features of the plugin and show you how you can use it on melodies and drums. You'll also want to stick around to the end of the video where I'm going to tell you how you can win a copy of this plugin for free. Big shout out to the team over at Sugarbytes for making this possible. Let's jump right in.
But before we do that, 94% of my viewers are not subscribed. It would really mean a lot if you could go down, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, and stay up to date on future uploads. Let's get back to the video.
So what exactly is Effectrix? Simply put, it's an effect sequencer made for applying effects using a step sequencer environment. So it's similar to Grossbeat in a sense, but not quite. And that's what makes this plugin so good. It's just so different from anything else I have. I find myself going back to the plugin to get that magic over and over again. Inside, there's a bunch of different effects you can click and draw in across the step sequencer. You have the length of your sequence in bars, and then where you click and draw is where that effect is going to be active for that duration of bars. Now, these effects are in line too, so you can actually swap the order of them to get some really cool effects. When it comes to drums, I think the best way to use this would be on your hi-hat patterns. So here we have a simple two-step hi-hat pattern. I'm going to play it just for reference. What you can do is load Effectrix directly on your hi-hat and start playing around with some of these sounds. So for example, if I just draw in some random effects here and play with the wet dry knobs, we get something like this. And that has a lot more bounce than just your simple two-step hi-hat pattern. Now, do I know what every effect is doing in here? No, I tried to read the manual. I got through some of it, but then at the end of the day, I just went back to the plugin and started clicking stuff in until it sounds good. And that's another reason why I like this plugin so much. Unlike other plugins where you gotta read this 4,000-page dissertation just to figure out what two settings do, this plugin is a lot more intuitive. You just load it up, click on some boxes, and see if it sounds good. If you like it, great, keep it. If you don't, take it off. Try something else, maybe switch around the effects. The simplicity and ease of use really make this plugin shine for me. When it comes to melodies, this plugin really adds some magic. Most of the time, I'll use it subtly to maybe increase the bounce or just do slight changes to like the color of the sound. But sometimes I'll use it to completely change the melody.
Here's an example of it in use on an entire melody. So I have all my melodies going to this band bus here, and I have Effectrix on it. I'm gonna play it without Effectrix first. And now with Effectrix, as you can hear, it completely changes the color of the sound and kind of adds a little bit of a bounce to it as well. All I did was put Spectrum on it the entire time. I didn't even bother with the dry wet. Maybe change some effects in here just to give it that sound that I liked. And then I put a phaser on it and took the dry wet down just a little bit. And then I just looped certain bars just to change the bounce and make it a little bit more unique. It's this kind of experimentation that I love when I'm using this plugin, and it always leads me to getting sounds and results that I normally probably wouldn't even think about doing. A lot of the times what I end up keeping when I use Effectrix are those happy accidents where I accidentally click in the wrong effect, but then when it plays back, it actually sounds really good. Just being able to quickly click in and dial in these effects really makes it easy for me to continue to go back to this plugin and at least say, let me see what it sounds like if I put some Effectrix on it. You can also use it on the entirety of your track too. One effect I really like that I think sounds really good in this plugin is the vinyl stop effect. I've tried to use other plugins like Grossbeat to try and get this vinyl stop effect, and nothing other than like Verify from Pro Tools can really get me the tape stop effect sound that I like. This plugin though, I think does a great job. I'm gonna play it on the same loop that we just listened to, but I just added a vinyl stop here to the last two bars. That's a clean tape stop. A lot of the times when I use tape stop of other plugins, there's like really weird scratches and like high-pitched sounds that come through that I don't really like. I think this is really clean, and I really like the way it sounds. Now you're probably wondering, how can I get my hands on this for free? The team over at Sugarbytes were nice enough to give me a copy to give away to one of you. In order to enter the giveaway, head over to my Instagram, the link will be in the description, and look for the post that looks like this. Navigate to that post, follow the instructions in the caption, and you'll be entered to win a copy of this plugin. The winner will be announced next week, so make sure you go and tap in. Good luck to everybody who enters. Effectrix is similar to some other plugins you may have used in the past, but it's so much more than those other plugins that it's hard to compare it and box it in. It can spit out some really unique sounds that always have me coming back for more. Whether you want to use it on just drums, just melodies, or the entire track, I feel like there's something in Effectrix for so many different scenarios. If you haven't already, I would highly recommend giving this plugin a shot. I promise you, you won't be disappointed. If you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out. Down in the description, you'll find links to my social media, my beat page, my sound packs, and my services. Feel free to tap in with me on any of them. I really want to bring you guys together and help grow as a community. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again next week.